I'm here just watching the interviews from the Sign of the Times limited deluxe package, and I'm loving it. So right now we've got cats. I just saw Dr. Fink uh, and Levi Caesar. Now it's cats. So just a little bit, give you a little piece. Uh, I'm having a little popcorn.
And I start going, got out my seat. Next thing you know, I'm dancing on the dance floor by myself. I am jumping on tables. I'm jacking off. Well, jacking off means jacking. That's a dance. When people out there thinking of it, and I'm jacking by myself. I'm going nuts. I'm having so much fun. And Prince and Steven was whispering over there. After 2 songs, I sat down. And so that's when Prince said, well, what are you going to do with her? And Steven said, she's mine. And Prince said, no, I want her in my band. As if I wasn't there. I could hear them talking. No one's talking to me. I'm just ear hustling what they're saying. Prince was like, I'm hearing a girl group. And Steven goes, do I have other ideas for her? Ended up, I went to Prince's house maybe two or three times more after that. And we exchanged numbers. And he asked me, he said, I want you to be in my band. And I said, okay. First he said it's group, then he said it's band. I said, okay. And then I get a phone call and say, can you go to my house and pick up this dress? And, okay, same house? Yeah. So he sends me to his house. Mind you, he's not in LA anymore. This all happened in LA. He's in Minneapolis at the time, but he didn't tell me he had left the next day. So I go to this house and I pick up this dress, and it was the tiniest little thing I ever seen in my life. I'm like, it's a slinky. It was a peach dress with, you know, the one on the cover side diet. So I look at this little dress, okay, I'm gonna book you a flight to Minneapolis. Okay. So I get to Minneapolis and I'm sitting in a hotel, no phone call yet. And he goes, I want you to come down to Paisley Park, which really wasn't Paisley Park at the time. It was this little warehouse he had while Paisley was getting built. And so I walk in there and Sign of the Times is playing, and he tells people, get her this dress and put her these glasses that I wear and give her the hoop earring and give her the cross I wear and pull her hair back and put a bow in it. So I'm just, okay, what are we doing? He says, can you play guitar? I said, not really, to be honest. So he puts the guitar on me. He said, I just want you to play. So I started playing, and the photographer started taking pictures. The person never told me that he was using that for the cover Sign of the Times. So I'm in this little bitty dress, and a hard mirror. If you look at my arms in that picture, that mirror was so heavy, it was at least 100 pounds, 150 pounds, holding up a thick glass mirror. So of course it's gonna make my muscles stand out. So you see these big muscles, and then I tell Prince, I said, don't show my feet. I hate my feet. Oh no, we're not gonna show your feet. And he did. Yeah, he did, because I was a dancer, I particularly didn't like my feet. Well, Prince finally showed me the 12-inch of Simon Johnson. I was like, wow, that's me. He said, you like it? I said, I was shocked. Like, why me? You know, well, why me? And so I remember I got a phone call from Prince's dad. Mr. Nelson said, Kat, is that really you on the cover? I said, yeah. He said, thank God. I thought my son really lost it this time. I said, no, Mr. Nelson, it's me. Then my dad had something to say. Well, something's wrong with your left shoulder because you're leaning. I said, Dad, because I'm playing a guitar and I was leaning to the side. And then Prince puts his 2 cents in. That's a funky lick you hit. I didn't even know it was funky. I had no idea. I was just, whatever. And so anyway, I'm still at the hotel, and he sends some record, like sheets, music, and says, you gotta learn all these songs. Now mind you, at the time, I didn't record any vocals on that Sign of the Times. That was already pre-recorded by Prince of the Revolution. So when they told me to learn the songs, I learned 3 albums of songs, because it was supposed to be 3 albums. And then Warner Brothers told, oh, it's too much, they cut it down to 2. So I'm sitting here learning all the words to 3 albums, and then they give us lyric papers. And I'm reading the lyrics, and going, took it up a bubble bath with my pants on. So, I'm looking at these lyrics, I read these lyrics. So we get into the rehearsal. I think it was the first day of rehearsal. Everybody's jamming, and I decided to get on the timbales, not the timbales, the congas. I was just playing them. I had no idea, what am I doing? Because Sheila, he's standing back there, This woman is incredibly, but I'm doing everything just, I don't know, in the band, singing everybody else's parts that I wasn't supposed to be singing because they told me to learn every song. So I was singing Sheila E's rap. When her rap came in, I didn't know she was the one who rapped, but he said learn everything, so I did. I was singing Susanna Melba's part, a part where she says, "We're not afraid to, la 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 la," that part. "We're not going to." So I'm singing that, and Prince looking at me like, what is she doing? But he loved it. So he actually put that part in the movie, actually on tour. Put me out there to sing that part. Okay, Cascade is this dance that I did. I started doing it when I was on Star Search. But before I got on Star Search, before I even made it to TV, I would do it when I was a little kid in the living room in my mom's house. I would do it really hard. My mom would say, "You better stop doing that. One day you're going to break your back." And so I perfected it. And then when I went on Star Search, that was my signature move. And then all the other choreographers and dancers saw that. And to this day, it's part of a repertoire. It's part of dance right now. Everyone's doing that dance, but no one knows where it came from. It actually came from me. I tell them, I say, go back and look at Star Search. Go back there. And that's why I came, because scatting is like music. It's like talking. Those old blues days. So people used to scat. And so I did it with my body instead of with my mouth. And the faster they scattered with their mouth, the faster I danced like that, like the Energizer Bunny Rabbit. And it felt good to do it. His body would just go, look, we actually filmed that in Paris. I had to audition 300 dancers, which none of them spoke English. I had never been to France before, and I was like, I hired every race, right? Black, Puerto Rican, Asian, Caucasian, but none of them spoke English. So I said, well, what am I gonna do? You should have heard me. My French was so bad. It was terrible, but Prince gave me a little translator, and so I'll never forget that. And then he brought in Sheena Easton, and bless her little heart, but oh God, she was so difficult to work with. She really was, because I was a choreographer and I was choreographing the whole video, and I had to teach her the choreography because Prince wanted a certain thing, like this woman comes in and he likes her with "You Got the Look," and then I'm stealing him from her, which is when I drag him up and I got him at the end and I do this. But I had to tell her, while Prince is walking towards you, you have to do this little dance. And I taught her to walk backwards. She's like, "Boy, I can't. I'll fall off the stage." I'm like, you can do this, You have to make it look real. You have to. So I think she was kind of difficult because I think she never had choreography like that. And I think probably she was afraid of my choreography, because if you look at the video, I had girls dancing with girls, flipping girls, guys dancing with guys, everybody mixed together. I had a band dancing, we were doing a lot. And so yeah, we put that in there, and then the part we filmed with her in Paris with the chandelier overhead. I gave her the simplest move. I said, just act sexy, flip your hair like this, and give them those eyes, because she got those seductive eyes, and and just walk backwards and walk, just flirt with them and stuff, I made it as simple as possible. We're on tour. Before he decided to make it a film, he goes, "Kat, I want to talk to you." I said, "Okay, what's going on?" "Well, guess what?" I said, "What?" He said, "You're nominated for Best Choreography in a Video for the MTV Awards." I said, "Me? For what?" He said, "Choreography in You Got the Look video." And I went, "Wow." He goes, "Oh, you're up against Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, and Sting." Whoa! Right? So I'm like, I couldn't even think about that. Okay, I know this sounds really cliche. It's nice to be nominated, even if I don't win. But I really meant that because so many good things was happening for me. I never expected that. I didn't choreograph the video to win an award. I was just doing it out of my vision and his vision. But I remember we were in Europe when they announced the winners. Prince said, "You're gonna win." And I started laughing. I'm like, "Come on, up against Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, Sting, and then you." Anyway, Sting won. And but I'm gonna say it again. Look at the category of the people I was in. That to me was an honor. I mean, I couldn't even watch it. I was over in Europe when they aired it and said my name. But I was just, kept getting blessed and blessed and blessed. There was no way I could be miserable. No one could take my joy. After the Sign of the Times tour, we took a little break, and but actually on the Sign of the Times tour, Prince was writing songs for Love Sexy. He had a vision about that. So after he wrote all the songs, we came in and recorded them. We recorded, I think Sign of the Times was still playing in Europe, in the movie theaters at the time. Yeah, it was playing in Europe. And so we were working on the Love Sexy album, and we started recording. Prince basically got the music down, and we started recording the tracks. And Sheila would play the drum. Prince would play the drums first, and Sheila would play them. So we did a lot of that stuff live. A lot of it was live. I mean, he had this big booth where the drums were set up. He had 2 studios we were using. This was more. This tour, he wanted bigger, better, more music, no theatrical stuff, nothing, but it still was a little in there. He wanted everything that he loved in his playground. Sign of the Times was what it was. It was going into that spiritual aspect. As you know, when he did, what's the song, like at in the Cross. That was the ending song, The Cross. And I could tell he was moving to somewhere else then. And so we go into the studio, we start recording I Know and Love Sexy, Alphabet Street. We just started doing those. I used to just come in here and he would just have a beat for Alphabet Street back then. I said, "Ooh, that's a funky beat." I loved it. And that's when that album started building up. It was amazing with that because this time the whole band was in there recording and they were actually playing live. Prince had somebody playing his guitar part, even though Prince played most of the guitar. I remember Levi, remember Miko in there, Bonnie, all the vocals were live. I Know, and that one was all live, you could hear it. And the percussions to the drums, to the keyboard, everything, that was great. So if you asked me which was better, I couldn't tell you. The Love Sexy, Sign of the Times, both of them are different. After we did the Love Sexy tour, I was put on retainer because he wanted to, or he had to, and he had a commitment to do the music for the movie Batman, okay? And so he was doing the music for the movie Batman, and in the meantime, we were working on Graffiti Bridge. Okay, before he started doing the music for Batman, we were working on Graffiti Bridge, which was supposed to be the next movie after Love Sexy. Right. There was a problem. Madonna, Prince flew Madonna in, and Prince called me at the hotel. "Cat, what are you doing?" I said, "Sleeping." He said, "Why are you sleeping?" I said, "Because I'm tired." He goes, "Don't you know when you go to sleep, you're missing out on something?" I go, "Yeah, sleep." He says, "I need you to come down to the studio right away because Madonna's here. I can't deal with it by myself." So I jump up, full makeup. I think me and Sheila always slept in our makeup because we never knew when he was going to call us. So I jump up, I go down to Paisley Park, and there's Madonna there, and Her and Prince are bickering over the script for a graffiti bridge. Okay? That was the original script, Madonna and Prince. And they were bickering about the script. She didn't like this part, he wrote it. Then they start arguing about their shoes, and I'm sitting here like this. I'm okay, you have two evils in one room, and I'm here to do what? So they started arguing. They made me laugh, though. They were really funny. And Madonna kept asking me my opinion on certain things, and Prince would be in the background going, so I went and popped some popcorn, came back in the studio while they're bickering over the script and what she'd do. Madonna said, well, I think me and Kat should have a dance-off, I think, somewhere in the movie. And Prince goes, I don't think you want to do that. Have you ever seen Kat dance? That's what he said in that tone of voice. I started laughing. And they just started bickering. So Madonna decided she didn't want to do it. She said she was going back. But before she left, they did record one song for her album. And she left, and I guess she came back to LA. So Prince rewrote everything on a Love Sexy tour. That was all going on. While we were doing the Love Sexy, he was writing Graffiti Bridge. So he was just busy. And then we finally ended the Love Sexy tour. The last leg of the tour was in Japan, I think in 1989 or something like that. We ended it, then I moved to London. I was there for 3 years, and Prince and I we kept in contact, and we did, still see each other, and I did record with him, and he wanted me to be on his label. And I couldn't because I had signed to Warner Brothers, and I was being pulled back and forth. But that's why you didn't see me, no one saw me, people thought I just dropped off the face of the earth. Then I released Catwoman, that was the first single for my I Am Energy album. And that was around the time Batman came. And we filmed Catwoman on the same exact soundstage as they filmed Batman on. Yes, that was the amazing part. That was like, whoa, this is a stage, So yeah, that's what happened to me. I was sitting in a car and taking my friend to the hospital, and I get a call from my business manager in England. She says, Kat, I just heard that someone is unconscious at Paisley Park. I said, well, who is it? She said, they don't know who it is yet. I said, it could be Prince. She said, I hope it's not Prince. So she said, I'll let you know. I hung up the phone. Not less than 5 minutes later, she calls back. She said, Kat, it's Prince. I said, what? She said, he's gone. He died. I just started bawling my eyes out. I was screaming. I was crying. I couldn't believe it. I was in disbelief. Matter of fact, as I speak about it, my eyes water up because this was totally out of left field for me. It totally caught me. I mean, no, how? That's all I kept saying. No, and how? I'm sorry, he's never at Paisley Park alone. There's always someone there. It's always someone there. I don't care if it's an engineer, it's an assistant, it's a security, someone's always there. So when I found out he died alone, first thing my head is, what happened? Okay, I heard about the Moline thing. That scared me. I said, but he just played. Okay, is he not eating? Because, Prince wasn't a big eater. Prince loved junk food. He just loved junk. Doritos was one of his favorite. Lollipops and Vienna coffee. Oh, and Halls. The cow trots. But he would not eat a lot. But the thing with me is, I didn't know about his health, but I'd seen pictures of him, and he didn't look healthy to me. First thing I noticed is he lost a whole lot of weight. He's already been tiny. But to me, he looks a lot smaller. And I said to myself, something isn't right. He was covering up his hands all the time with gloves when I see him in photographs and stuff. He just started looking different in photographs. That's what I noticed about it. It had nothing to do with his age because Prince looked good all the time. The older he got, the better he looked. So it wasn't that. It was just, if he was sick, someone should have helped him in a better way. But all I wanted to know is how he died. Why wasn't anybody looking for signs? Why wasn't anyone there checking on him? Just why? And I know Prince was a private person. I know that. But if I knew my friend was sick, there's no way I'm gonna leave him. I'm not gonna leave you. I don't care, you can go, I'm not. I'm gonna stay right there until you get better. So yeah, I was shocked, the world was shocked. My heart was just broken. I cried. I mean, it took me, I'm still not that really grieved the way I should, you know. It's been 2 years up until this last year. I just started opening up because I wouldn't even talk about it. It just, you know, still, to me, I'm shocked over it. He was really kind. Very, very, very kind. He did a lot of kind things for people that a lot of people don't know because he doesn't talk about it. But he was very kind, and people don't know the funnier side of him too. I mean, seriously, he was funny, like funny, funny, funny. And he could play every sport. I mean, you know, I watch him play in heels, basketball in heels, ping pong in heels. Those are a lot of things people, professional pool shark. You know, him and Sheila, they're both competing with each other. No one knew he could play pool that well. Or, you know, everyone knew he used to play basketball when he was a kid, but he could play in high heels. Paisley Park was like a playground. I mean, I remember us just playing in the hallways, running through the hallways. I used to chase him, or he would chase after me. We just had fun in that place. When you had to record, instead of Prince telling us take a break and leave, he had something for you to do just in case. He said, come back in, I need you real quick for this. Because he'll, you know, put a part down and then let's take a break. And so, you know, he'll have our food there. The chef will make our food. If someone wants to play pool, they can play pool. If someone wants to play basketball, ping pong, or he would take us to play baseball. And then there are times we'd be in the studio all night long. I mean, we would get tired, and he'll tell the engineers, okay, that's enough. And, you know, we go back to our hotel rooms, and then he'll call us up again. You know, a couple hours later, we all come in and we look real sleepy, or he would call us up at midnight. And I remember Bonnie was so funny, she used to fall asleep. While she's in the booth, and Prince goes, Bonnie, wake up, part. She goes, ah, let's sing like that. Yeah, Bonnie had her Cavassier, of course, great books. Love his Cavassier. Prince may have his red wine. That I've never seen him drink red wine in the studio, but I've seen him have a glass of wine. I had a glass of wine at his house, but he always put ice in it with a straw. I never understood that. Ice in a straw. Okay. Mm-hmm. That was pro. But yeah, that was the most thing about Prince. He really did have a good heart. You know, for me, I've seen the way he do things for people. I've seen that, seen him help a lot of people, and the funny side of him. And if people didn't know this, Prince used to curse, like I say, cuss. He could cuss so much. I mean, really. So when he stopped cussing, I was shocked.
I was an audio